Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday. I thought that you would. The plus 500. So, again, it can be 500 to 800. I don't know. It could be 1,000. And maybe it's not even something you'll use. But if it's something you'll use, I hope that it'll work for you. All right, today I've been talking about this. I've been saying, I think for two transforms, I was going to talk about set point. And I've been very careful to talk about this for a couple reasons. Number one, I think, I'm not going to say it's controversial, but I think sometimes it's one of those things that's just like if you use the word I'm a binge eater or addictive. You use these words alcoholic, workaholic. You use certain words and then you attach such meaning to it. So, when I guess I've always known about the term of set point, that basically your body is trying to maintain a certain weight. And part of that theory is that many people go through their whole lives, and they might, be within 10 to 20 pounds different. And as they get into their adult life, they might add a little bit more weight. Okay. That's all normal. And that's why, a lot of times when I work with people that only have 10 to 20 pounds to lose or 30 pounds to lose, they don't, and I know because I'm there myself, they don't, it's hard for them to process that because especially if it's new weight. My weight had been around for years, so I never, even imagined getting to be super, super thin or, fit or any of that. For me, I just wanted to be healthy. You all know that. But the idea behind set point though is that your body, when you are 280 pounds, let's say for 20 years, your body does want to get back there. Like those fat cells didn't leave, they only deflated, right? They just flattened. They're there. They're hungry to be filled up again. They say, Lisa, go get the whatever, or Charlotte, or Cindy, or Ted, or whoever. Go get the pastry, go get that dopamine hit, go get that store. And that's a normal, that's the cellular level of binge eating, right? Forget the emotional reasons we do it, or the habitual reasons we do it. The cellular level is your body's going, go get it. That is starving for insulin. Your glucose is starving for all of it. Your body, especially when you're used to it. So of course, you do fight it. You do. Maintaining is it. Now, they say that about 6 months, that when you lose weight, if you can maintain within 10 to 20 pounds for 6 months, that then you can reset your set point. Okay. Now, meaning that you don't have to go back to 300 pounds. And I can tell you, I've maintained it for how many years? A long time. You don't have to go back. But I will say, that's why it's such a struggle, because if you take off 5 pounds, you need to keep that 5 pounds off for 6 months before you reset your set point. Okay. Otherwise, it is going to keep trying to inch back up. And it should unlock a lot for you, right? Because that's the whole battle, whether it's 100 pounds or 10 pounds for people. And that's why I say, can we just get in a range? Can we just get in a BMI, below 30, and then as close to 25 as you can get it, get below 30 and then get on down close to 25 if you can. And then you will see that will coincide pretty much within a few pounds of what the scale says too. Now, this is for people that, are really going to put the time and the effort and the exercise and the gym and the strength training and the planning, really making a lifestyle change. If you want to reset your set point, this is a real change. Most people will never reset their set point. Okay? And even my set point's a little higher than I want it. I want to reset mine too. Like you all, I do have a range I'd like to stay within. I have been also creeped up a little bit, past it. And I did because my doctor said you're too low. It's too low for you. You've had too much weight on for so long. That's why you feel bad. And that was a couple years ago. And then injury, life, injury, 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 store. So my point is, I'm not just preaching at you guys about your set point. I'm just saying, first of all, be realistic. If your ideal is 140, maybe your set point somewhere really around 160 if you've been over 200 for 20 years. Does that make sense? And so, yeah, get to 160, stay there. Stay there for a while. It's okay to do that. Then go on another. Listen, I did that for 6 or 8 months. I just sat there because I wanted to give myself a break. It's okay to do that. And let me tell you, if your set point, if you're trying to get too low, you won't be able to maintain it. It will take so much more than a lifestyle change and a mental health change and a physical change and a routine and exercise and prayer and meditation. It will take an act of God for if it's below where you can really maintain. Because I can tell you right now that there are days that I do not overeat, that maybe there's too many calories, but I do not overeat. But I have no guilt and shame, and I know that I ate appropriate for me that day. And I know what that is. That's my body trying to climb back to a set point. And that's why it's okay to take a break. It's okay if you lose 10 or 15 pounds to stay there. Keep that off for 5 or 6 months. It's okay when you lose 30 pounds. It's okay if you gain a few pounds back and you play with that set point and you start to take it off again. It's all okay. I just want to explain, no matter where on the spectrum you fall, whether you really are in your serious take it off stage, whether you've been in a regain phase or, just trying to figure this out, all of it's normal. There's none of it that's not normal. Everybody does it all. It's best for your body if you lose it slow and permanent. But it also is your body. You can't help the fact your body revolts against you. So, again, this wasn't meant to be deep in the weeds today on, all the not the microbiology, but the pathophysiology of set point theory. But, the idea is that our bodies know a certain range. When you've been overweight for years, that range is probably going to be higher than the number you'd like to see on the scale. And that's a double whammy for most of us, because for most people, the original number would already be not, I was 150 in high school, let me get back to 150. I did that. It did not work for me. And honestly, it hurt me. Because then it put me on then the doctor says gain weight back. Oh, well, gain weight back. Oh, yeah. Who don't want to be told that, And that's a few years ago. But you understand the point I'm saying. He wouldn't tell me to gain weight back now. He would say, you're great. But, and I am great. But, my point is that you're great too. Is that just, realize that there's so much more to all of this. More than just handing somebody a diet. You all know that. And more than even just losing it, just using skill, power, willpower, and losing it. Your actual DNA is fighting against you, trying to pull you back the other direction. And that's okay too. If we can keep working on losing a little bit, lifestyle, the strength training, again, I haven't really talked a lot about exercise, but you can't talk about the food, and you can't talk about, maintaining weight and not talk about a healthy lifestyle. I said it earlier in one of the previous days, holistically, and I don't mean like HOL, I mean WHOL, holistically. That's your sleep. It plays so important. People that sleep better eat 300 calories a day less. All of those things help change your set point. If you lost 10 pounds and you said, just maintain this 10 pounds, you can have 100 lose. It doesn't matter. I'm going to maintain this 10 pounds for 6 months. and you worked on all those other things like the sleep that plays into it, your gut health that plays into it, making sure that you started adding some. I just talked about it, some of the superfoods, or finding yourself eating more fiber with the salads every day, or whatever works for you. All of those things over 6 months would help you lower your set point. So think of it in terms of, I'm going to get below 200. And if I stay there 3 months, that's okay. I know I'll never go back over 200 because I'll change my set point. That maybe that's 140 for you, maybe that's 120 for you. I don't know. Maybe that's even 250 or 280 for you. There's no judgment on what the number is. I'm trying to say, when you drop real fast like I did, and you just committed, you're just on a roll and you're just not eating very much, you know what? I was too low for my set point. And then the doctor told me to gain it back, so I didn't even get to make it a set point. But he was right, because I was experiencing other things, okay? And just like the exercise, I love it. I love it. I could do it every day, all day. I have the energy to do it. But my body said, Lisa, that's too much. And it also sometimes tells me that's not the right kind. My body will tell me if I start lifting weights with the wrong thing, or I start doing a routine that's wrong, my body will tell me something will ache, something will hurt. I'll have to go to the chiropractor. This is more on the exercise part, not necessarily do with the set point, but the exercise, the sleep, a lot of it is how, when you get to a weight that you go, it's okay if I stay here. And then how you break out of that is you practice all of these things, whether it's the protein, the fiber, the sleep, and then sit there for 6 months. And that don't mean you can't lose steady, but the goal is to drop some weight now and stay there. And if you still have 50 pounds to lose or 100 pounds to lose, it doesn't matter. That your body sometimes will get to a set point. It's a normal thing, and you can break out of it by shifting things up. If you have any more questions about it, or anybody wants to talk more about it, maybe we'll talk about it on the calls. But I don't know. I think it's fascinating. I've been wanting to share it with you. And today is short and sweet. I cannot wait to see some of your replies and what you guys are saying, if you reply back to anything. And really your ahas, you're in your moments, your things that you go back and highlight and say, this one I'm going to keep around. And hope you've enjoyed the Transform 3 series. And I'll see you tomorrow.